So this is like, what, the third time I'm talking about dungeon items replacing non-dungeon items, but you know what, I don't even care, because it's something that everyone seems to be ignoring at their own expense. Once again, I'm going to turn your attention to this clip of Jayavarman explaining how Dungeons Gear is going to work.
Simply because we haven't done anything with the late game in months and months, we are gonna do an exception, and in the last few floors of the dungeon, once you get to floor 9 and 10, you may actually loot items that are strictly better than the best items in the game right now. You're gonna get the best armors in the game by beating those floors.
In that video, he was referring to floors 9 and 10 being literally straight up better than what we have right now, whilst we're currently on floor 6 and both the Midas Sword and superior armor have already been replaced by items that are practically and functionally better in every single way except Magic Find, which the average player should not care about. So whether the admins took a change in direction on their game design or it's a simple mistake, it's here, it's happening, and you need to catch up on dungeons if you want to use the next slot when they come out. I'm obviously not going to talk on how to catch up on dungeons, because I did that on Tuesday, and I'm also not going to discuss the issue of power creep and what it means for Skyblock, because I did that 3 weeks ago, and you should absolutely check out those videos if you haven't already, and you should also subscribe, so make sure you're subscribed, and yeah. Instead, I'm going to predict what the next lot of items are going to be and what you can realistically expect. So the point of dungeons is very obviously providing every player with some natural gear progression, and leaving a class without gear for too long means they fall behind and people stop playing them. Pretty simple stuff. Each boss's drops tend to be focused around a single, particular class with a few exceptions. For example, Floor 1 gave mage items, Floor 2 highlights was a berserker weapon, Floor 3 gave something for all classes, Floor 4's focus was a mage weapon, Floor 5 was very much berserker based, and Floor 6 was healer and tank based. The items that pose a threat to your endgame items are, of course, the berserker weapons. Unless you somehow grind as a healer, look, I don't know, please get help. The last set of berserker weapons were dropped on floor 5, being the Livid Dagger and Shadow Assassin armor. If you really want to count it, then the Giant Sword from floor 6 may or may not be better than a Livid Dagger, but I cannot reliably test this right now, so please take it with a grain of salt. But point is, we've had Berserker gear recently, and we haven't had any Mage gear recently, so chances are floor 7 will be very much Mage based. However, this does not stop a new, better item being added on the floor. Floor 4 had the Spirit Sword, and Floor 6 has the Giant Sword, despite not really being the main focus. Like most boss drops, chances are they will require a floor completion to use, which isn't difficult to do in general. Just wait a day or two and pay someone for a floor 7 carry to use it. But that is besides the point, as being unable to grind the floor on release day will prevent you from profiting by selling the items early on release. There is also no guarantee this will remain true forever. Floor 10 is supposed to be amazing, and although it's probably several months away at this point, I can absolutely see the Necron drop scaling with your Catacombs level even outside of dungeons to an extent as a reward for completing the whole dungeons grind, as otherwise it would be extremely pointless awarding dungeons gear that won't be boosted even when the second dungeons come out, and the carry isn't going to fix that. Overall, play dungeons. I may or may not have run out of video ideas and made another video telling you to play dungeons, but the message is still the same, and maybe this video will reach more people? I don't know, just cut me some slack, okay? We have a few videos we're working on. See ya.